Some say this is not a regular comet, but in fact an extraterrestrial artificial object, an advanced alien spacecraft that came from the interstellar distance. It is called Oumuamua. Haleakala, the East Maui volcano, Hawaii. It is 3,052 meters in altitude, which is over 1/3 of the Earth's troposphere, and has excellent astronomical seeing conditions. Therefore, the Panoramic Survey Telescope and Rapid Response System (PAN-STARRS) was installed at the peak of the volcano. The PAN-STARRS' primary mission is to detect near-Earth objects, from small asteroids to large comets, which could possibly threaten to impact the Earth. Every morning, the staff members of the PAN-STARRS work on their daily routine to check the data recorded the previous night. In most cases, the result is no threat until the 19th of October, 2017. Robert Warwick, a Canadian astronomer, arrived at the observatory earlier than usual and started his routine check. Suddenly, he realized that there was an unusual object at the distance of 0.22 AU away from Earth, traversing the solar system with tremendous speed. AU stands for astronomical units, where 1 AU is the distance from the Earth to the Sun, which is equal to 150 million kilometers. The PAN-STARRS captures around 5 to 10 potential near-Earth objects every night. Once the movements of the objects are confirmed, and it is ensured that there is no threat of impact, it is just another usual daily routine. For the following night, the PAN-STARRS telescope continued to keep track of the object. When the trajectory was calculated according to its velocity and position, the staff members of the PAN-STARRS realized that it was not any usual daily routine. It was heading away from the Sun, which means that it has also passed the Earth with the closest approach distance of 0.16 AU. The information was quickly shared to other space observatories that they have just discovered the first ever interstellar object that was traversing the solar system. At this moment, many other space observatory agencies pointed their telescopes towards the object, including NASA's Spitzer Space Telescope and the legendary Hubble Space Telescope. Astronomers have then given this interstellar interloper the name Oumuamua, which means a messenger from afar arriving first in Hawaiian. Astronomers initially thought that Oumuamua was an asteroid coming from the interstellar distance, but the longer it was observed, the more information was collected, and the more uncertain it became. Since Oumuamua has its unique characteristics that differ from other observed asteroids and comets, astronomers debated if it was really a naturally occurring object. Some say it might actually be an artificial object. The first rare finding of Oumuamua is its unique orbit. It entered the solar system from the north of the plane of the ecliptic, slingshotted around the Sun, and bent in a sharp nearly 90-degree turn northwards. Oumuamua has a hyperbolic orbit, in which its eccentricity reaches 1.2. This means that it is not orbiting the Sun, and will leave the solar system in a nearly straight line. Oumuamua was coming from the constellation Lyra, coincidentally traversing our solar system, and bon voyage, leaving the solar system towards the constellation Pegasus and never coming back. Another shocking fact Oumuamua has very strange periodic variations in its brightness. It is blinking. To form such a brightness curve, there are only two possibilities. The first is that it must be a disc-shaped object. The second is that it must be a highly elongated cigar-like object that is spinning and tumbling through space, reflecting sunlight once every 7.3 hours. Another puzzling aspect of Oumuamua is its material. According to the reflecting light, it is red in color. Light curve observations suggest that its surface contains tholins, which are irradiated organic compounds that are more common in objects in the outer solar system. It is also thought that the object may be composed of dense metal-rich rock that has been reddened by millions of years of exposure to cosmic rays. According to NASA, Oumuamua is estimated to be 800 meters long. As reference, this is equivalent to Burj Khalifa in Dubai. It has a very high aspect ratio, from 5:1 to 10:1, which is very rare for an asteroid. Something as slender as Oumuamua has never been seen before. There has been debate among astronomers as to whether Oumuamua is a naturally occurring object or artificial in origin. Its strange shape, unique movements, amazing structural rigidity, and inexplicable colors all seem to indicate that it is not a natural celestial body. One of the most authoritative astronomers, a professor of science at Harvard University, an astrophysicist, a cosmologist, and a member of the President's Council of Advisors on Science and Technology at the White House, Abraham Loeb, strongly believes that Oumuamua is an alien spacecraft. He believes that Oumuamua must be an alien space probe that originated from the interstellar distance to our solar system for reasons unknown to us. Another mysterious fact of Oumuamua that really puzzled astronomers is that when it left the Sun's vicinity, it began to accelerate. Theoretically, any object that approaches the Sun will accelerate, caused by the pull of the Sun's gravity, and reaches its maximum velocity at perihelion. On the other hand, the object will eventually slow down when leaving the vicinity of the Sun. On the 27th of June 2018, after 8 months since Oumuamua was first observed, it was leaving the Sun and entering the orbit of Saturn. Astronomers discovered that Oumuamua had a known gravitational acceleration on this trajectory, like it has a thruster behind, similar to how a rocket accelerates. In order to explain this phenomenon, researchers speculate that the acceleration is due to a comet-like outgassing, whereby volatile substances inside the object evaporate as the sun hits the surface. Here's something else that does not make sense. In order to provide sufficient thrust to accelerate, the outgassing should be massive, and theoretically, it must produce a distinct comet tail. So if Oumuamua is a comet, and the acceleration is caused by the outgassing process, the comet tail should be able to be observed by astronomical telescopes. But surprisingly, astronomers have never observed any comet tail outgassing from it. Additionally, Oumuamua is tumbling, and outgassing would have not caused it to accelerate towards one direction, but instead, it would have caused its spin to rapidly change due to its elongated shape, resulting in Oumuamua tearing apart. Professor Loeb suggests that Oumuamua could be a light sail, like the Icarus, made by the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. the world's first interplanetary solar sail spacecraft, which captures photons generated from the sun to propel and increase its speed throughout its journey. But if it is a light sail, the brightness variation should be much larger. In August 2003, according to Linda Moulton's interviews, a ufologist and investigative journalist, a person named Kim from the NSA Cyber Command told Spartan 1, a Navy SEAL lieutenant commander, that they were working with aliens for interstellar trades. And he also confirmed that the Oumuamua was not a comet, but actually an old alien spacecraft from another world. On the 11th of January 2022, an organization called the Initiative for Interstellar Studies from the United Kingdom proposed Project Lyra, which presented the notion that the spacecraft was launched from Earth to catch up to Oumuamua for further close-up studies. In the proposed mission, a probe will be launched on the 4th of February 2028. First, the probe will enter the orbit of Venus and use the gravity of Venus to slingshot the probe to accelerate it back to Earth. It will then use the Earth's gravity to slingshot it to Jupiter, and finally uses Jupiter's massive gravitational pull to once again and slingshot the probe to provide enough velocity to catch up to Oumuamua. According to the calculation, the probe will be able to catch up to Oumuamua on the 29th of January 2050. Oumuamua is currently outside the orbit of Pluto, which is about 4.8 billion kilometers away from us. It is estimated that this project will cost roughly $780 million, which is the amount needed for the New Horizon mission, which required a similar space probe. The arrival of Oumuamua to our solar system is a historical event none like any other. Its mystical properties still puzzles us to date, and unless we actually catch it and analyze it up close, we really don't know what it is. Some say an extraterrestrial being is watching us, and Oumuamua is a probe sent by it. Or, if the Linda Moulton interview is real, Oumuamua is an alien trading vessel that visited the Earth to trade with top-secret authorities. Or maybe Oumuamua is an alien traveling vessel that happens to conveniently use our sun to slingshot to another constellation. We need to find out Oumuamua's true nature by bringing Project Lyra to realization. But is the chase really worth the money? Oumuamua is our first interstellar object that came anywhere close to humanity in our history. And if we don't utilize this opportunity, this could be the first and the last chance to ever come in touch with an interstellar object. With our nation's top brains and scientists forgo this opportunity and leave us in oblivion, this is probably our only chance in our lifetime to find out the truth behind Oumuamua, the interstellar visitor. Time is ticking.